Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Hope you're all doing well. This is Horde night number 3, day 21. I'm going to give you a tour of my base. It's a drawbridge, obviously. According to PB Mac on Twitch, the zombies will target the first block on the same level they can get to. And so they'll come running straight to where I am, fall down here, and then they'll seek the path of least resistance, which means they'll come around here. These doors will be open, and then they'll either, try to beat on this, or they'll fall in the pit. When they fall in the pit, these are 2 half blocks. I'll show you. See, that's the way the block would fit. Like that. So I made these with 2 half blocks, and the theory is that it blocks their line of sight. And so far it's worked. They haven't been able to get to me unless they drop into the pit. I use pipe bombs, obviously. I throw them down there and take care of them. Now these, when I got my last video in this series, I reiterated how to make this. I can jump up it, but the zombies can't. So here I got the drawbridge. Raise the drawbridge, close the doors. Raise these doors, close these doors. If the birds try to attack me up here, this is right above where I'm fighting. So the birds, again, the zombies will try to get directly to me from the closest box. Here I've got my ammo, repair blocks, and I emptied my inventory here to give me more room for loot. So one of the things that happens here is I've got my days set at 120 minutes. That means that Horde night lasts for 30 minutes. The information I have says that loot bags disappear after 20 minutes. So when I get some loot bags up there, I'll come over here and I'll shut the gate, the door, and then I'll drop down here, get the loot bags, come back up, open the door. That's the theory. So far, it's mostly worked well. I've got iron in my hammer, so I can repair that door when it's closed like that. They beat on it. So that's my base and my strategy. Since we got a minute or two, I wear an assassin outfit. Right now I've got perception mod. so that it increases my perception, because I needed to do that to get a point in demolitions quicker to make my pipe bombs more effective. I've got 2 strength mods in my miner's helmet for when I'm mining, which raises this up to 3. Here I've got healing factor and cardio. I took the cardio for my bike. I'm a sneaky sniper, so I'm putting my points into archery, gun, deep cuts in here. During adventure so far seemed like a waste of points. Better trader items and 15% more dukes. I don't know if that works on the trader or if that just works on the trader's inventory, if it just works on when I turn in a quest. Inquiring what minds want to know. Inquiring minds. The zombies tend to learn from their mistakes, so once a bunch of them drop into my pit, they start seeking alternative routes. But the way this base is set up, they're not going to get to me theoretically in 30 minutes. So when the 30 minutes is up, I can go down and kick their asses. I've got 4 Duke collectors so far. These 2 have water filters. Water filters have not been my priority. Eat that pie. And now we wait. I'm a textbook introvert, which means I'm always early. I'm always ready. I also got PTSD. I guess I need wood. People who really have PTSD as opposed to people who identify as PTSD. Everywhere I go, I do a threat assessment. Everywhere I go, I'm on the lookout for trouble. which reduces the chance that I'll be surprised if trouble shows up. A couple of auditory clues that something bad's fixing to happen. If someone is suddenly getting louder and louder and louder, they're going to blow. By the same token, if someone is normally making noise suddenly goes silent, they're fixing to blow. People who are actually dangerous grow silent because the situation has reached a point where communication is not going to provide a solution. There's no more talking. People who know me don't want to make me angry. It's like the old Incredible Hulk program. David Banner. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And they know the warning sign is if my voice gets level, calculated, then it's time for everybody to cool their jets. I don't get violent, but I know people's personal truth. It's obvious to me. And if you understand that truth hurts, then you understand that if someone forces you to face your personal truth and rubs your nose in it, it's not exactly a pleasant experience. The people who get physically violent, they can create harm, cause harm, but it'll heal. If someone who is truly malicious decides to rub your nose in your personal truth, that will scar you for life. You will never recover from that. At best, if you learn to live with your reality, your personal reality, you can mitigate some of the damage. But there's no more going back to foo-foo little bubble. Everybody lives in a bubble. Everybody. And I'm notorious or popping bubbles. I'm what they call a natural born asshole. I'm not just an asshole, I enjoy being an asshole. And so that my lifelong struggle is to not enjoy myself. Try not to be me. People say just be yourself. Nobody that knows me tells me to just be myself. I'm not that nice a guy. And so, for me, it's a daily struggle to be nice. The silver lining to that is I not only understand how much damage I can do, I also understand how much good I can do. The only place I've ever found any happiness was in the faces of people I made happy. And I like being happy, so I try to make other people happy. Occasionally people think that they can take advantage of that, my good nature. And it's at times like that they find out that I don't have such a good nature after all. See how long it takes for, I'm streaming this on Twitch while I'm recording it. Primarily because that's the simplest way to record. For me, I've only got 2 active brain cells left, and so I try not to expect too much of them. So here at some point, you know, a graphics designer's gonna pop in and, "Hi, you big handsome man, how you doing?" Which is when I know they're a graphic artist looking for customers. And then there's the viewer, follower, spam guy shows up. I have no interest or intention of ever monetizing my account. So I don't care if I have any followers or viewers or not. I'm recording YouTube videos just for public service. People fairly new to the game or struggling, looking for answers, they go to YouTube. And they look for solution. I don't do exploits or hacks. If you hit on your keyboard for PC, if you hit F1, you go here and you type in CM and hit enter. That turns on a creative mode, and you can give yourself a truck or a gyrocopter or whatever you want. No other hacks needed. But I figure if you're going to play the game, play the game. That being said, I did start this playthrough with creative mode. I got a bunch of, I got this shovel, in fact, and this steel pick, and I got a bunch of cobblestone blocks and building cubes, because I wanted to try this. I've made bases like this progressively in the past, where by the first Horde night I've got basically like a 9x9 base built with a trench around it. And then by the next Horde day I'll have similar to what I had to start with, as far as a larger footprint and a better trench. My son calls it a moat, my oldest son. My oldest son is like 47. I just turned 70, so I was born in 55. Scooter, my oldest son, was born in 78. Danny was born in 80, and Joshua in 90. That's my 3 sons. I had 5 grandsons, 3 sons, 5 grandsons, 1 great-grandson. And it turns out I have a granddaughter, one of my oldest son's mistakes. He went through a spell where he wasn't working, so he wasn't paying child support. So she went looking for him on Facebook, and she's a pain in the ass, so he's probably got her blocked. So she popped up and said, "Hi, sir," and I just figured it was Facebook. It's just another one of those spammers. Spammers, and I found out who she was, so. And then my granddaughter friended me, accepted a friend request. But I've had absolutely no community. I've sent my granddaughter money a gift card to Walmart, and I don't know, half a dozen gifts, or one thing or another. Never got a word back. Her mother never engaged with me beyond, she sent me pictures of my granddaughter and whatnot, information about her. Granddaughter's like 13 or 14, which I've always wished I had a girl. Now I'm starting to get all foo-foo on the inside. My only female descendant. And she doesn't engage with me. Which is okay. My sons don't engage with me either, unless, they need a new battery or whatever. Okay. Again, this 30-minute of chaos is fixing to start. That term "fixing" is an old one, because back in the olden days, before you could go anywhere, you had to fix some sandwiches and, fix the harness, or fix the car, or fix your clothes. You had to make sure everything was fixed before you could take the journey to go somewhere. Back in the day. On the one hand, this is just XP farming. It's all it is. Because there's not much risk to it. But they made changes to the zombies. They pose more of a threat. My very first level 2 POI was I don't know, Animal Hoarder. What was it? Animal Horde. And it turned out there was a dire wolf in there, which I figured, well, I'll try and take it on anyway. I should have just canceled the quest, but I'm not that bright, so I tried to take it on, and I got my ass whipped. So I went back there with a bunch of pipe bombs, and you could throw a pipe bomb without lighting it. You just throw it; it just lays there. And sometimes I'll throw one down there, and then throw a lit one, and it doubles the impact. So I threw 7 pipe bombs in there, and then a lit one and threw it in the room where he was at. And all that did was pissed him off. I mean, it did some damage. But by then I had a 9mm. And so we exchanged pleasantries, and then I had to bandage my owies and take antibiotics and vitamins and every other damn thing. But he still tore me up. Half dead, and he still tore me up. But I got him, boy. It made me the winner. Okay. I'm starting to drop in. So far you're dropping in. I'm going to show you. Okay, close that. Drop down here. Pop, pop, climb up. Open the door. And they start dropping in again. And I'll put the loot in here and then sort it out later. I've only got 8 zombies turned on. Sometimes softening them up encourages them to drop in. I'm using this 9mm because my bow would just kill them. And I want to die in my pit. kill them. I hate pigs. Any kind of pig. I hate pigs. I like to try to kill them before they have a chance to self-destruct. I finally got my hands on a silencer. I'll sort all this out later. Trying to figure out how to get him to step into my parlor. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it if I get farther away. There's my streamers, follower spammer. That time I dropped two in to white bottom. I can see under that block. He was inside the door, and of course, Yeah. Die, sucker. There aren't wolves yet, anyway. Oh. I meant to do that. Dang it. Owie. Yes, I'm addicted to loot. Anybody who cut their eye teeth on Fallout did. You're gonna have to face it, you're addicted to loot. These game developers must not like tourists. Oh, I have to face it, you're addicted to loot. I know. Damn dog. Sounds like the vultures made an appearance. Moving around seems to encourage him to drop in. Perhaps. And the papa. Almost. 41 game, 30, 18 game minutes, 17 game minutes. I've got to pee. I've got to pee, and then we'll check the damage. Alrighty then. Let's go up here and see how much damage there is. Wow. Oh, we lost a block there. Almost lost a block there. There. That goes here. Alright, let's just do that. All my iron spike traps are gone, which I expected. I'm gonna go Mine some iron. Today. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to save the rest of the repairs for later. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Alrighty. Okay, well, that's, I'm going to end the recording here.